Now on CoastTV News.
Cable station controversy, how a planned project could bring Worcester County into the data center construction debate.
Plus, Sussex salutes police. The Back the Blue caravan continues, and we have the areas in the county where they're visiting today.
A damp start to our Thursday, tracking a few lingering showers this morning, a cool breezy day ahead, and then a big warm-up through the weekend.
And airport upgrades unveiled. We look at what was recently showcased at the Salisbury Regional Airport.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And we are here in our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for joining us on a Thursday. It's May 14th, 2026.
Yeah, we're heading for a cooler day, damper day. Could be a good napping weather type of day.
That's the kind of forecast I'm into.
Yeah.
What's a good nap forecast? I know you need a nap. You didn't sleep last night.
I am working on 2 hours of sleep because I stayed up to watch America's team, the Cavaliers, get this great playoff winning Game 5 last night.
Again, I'm still stuck on how you deem anything that's your favorite to be America's favorite.
That's the rule.
So
I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
Everyone needs an America's favorite nap today. It's going to be a little gloomy out, a little drizzly, a little rainy.
But heading towards a good weekend.
That's for sure.
There's your win.
That's for sure. It's always a win when we get to hear from Chris. And today, Chris, we're starting off with a little rain, but that's no problem.
Yes, we are. You know, Matt, I was hoping for a Sixers, Cavs, Eastern Conference final, but I'm going to have to keep dreaming about that. Taking a look at the live radar right now, we had a few areas of rain pushed through the area overnight, and we're still seeing some light shower activity pushing across the coast. So a wet commute here along Coastal Highway this morning, so take it easy out there. Not all that heavy, but wet roads across the region this morning, and we have a few spotty showers back across the mid-shore as this cold front continues to slice through the area. We see the gloomy skies in Cambridge, 57 degrees, so it's a mild start. 55 Georgetown, 54 Harrington, 56 in Bethany Beach. Winds are relatively light, but those winds will pick up a bit out of the northwest as the front completely pushes through with some gusts near 30 miles an hour, but relatively a cool day with more clouds than sun. The showers will come to an end through about 8 o'clock this morning and then will remain partly cloudy through the afternoon. We'll talk about that big warm-up, which includes 90-degree temperatures returning to Delmarva, coming up a little later on the newscast.
All right, thank you, Chris. And our top story this hour, today the 8th annual Back the Blue Caravan continues to honor officers in Sussex County. Now, this is what the event looked like at this time last year. Today, the caravan will stop at police departments near Route 13 in western Sussex County. Organizers say the caravan will visit Delmar, Laurel, Seaford, Bridgeville, Blades, Delaware State Police Troop 5, and Greenwood. The caravan begins at 10 a.m. and the founder of the Back the Blue Caravan says he's proud of how this event has grown over the years.
At first it was just on Route 113 for the first 2 years, and then after that I decided to go countywide. So we've been doing it now for the last 7 years total, 5 years countywide, and we hit 24 agencies throughout Sussex County, and we're very proud of that.
And it does not cost you any money to join the caravan, but the requirement is that you decorate your car to support the men and women in blue. And get this, the best looking car even wins a prize.
Next, Salisbury will host a road dedication this week honoring the legacy of a local police officer. The city says Henry T. Stevens' road dedication and National Police Week ceremony will take place on Friday at 11 a.m. Officer Stevens was shot and killed while back on duty in 1958, and this event will rename the 100 block of West Church Street to honor his life.
And we're going to stay in Salisbury here. The regional airport introduced the public to some recent upgrades. Azure Flight Support upgraded its terminal facility and added a new maintenance facility. The airport says this is all to enhance the customer experience and support airline operations. The airport also showed off its new snow removal equipment, airport operations, and airport rescue and firefighting facility.
Looking across Delmarva, an alleged animal abuse case in Dorchester County. According to police, 60-year-old Deborah Naylor and 69-year-old Thomas Naylor are each facing at least 100 charges of animal cruelty for abuse that investigators say happened on their farm near Hurlock. Documents show most of those charges focused on not giving the animals food and water in March. But more serious charges allege intentional torture of a horse with a severely injured leg. One equine professional says the whole situation is troubling.
Naylor had some type of a wrap, but the leg was so broken that horse should have been put down immediately the day it happened. And unfortunately, the horse apparently lived for months with a broken leg.
If Deborah Naylor and Thomas Naylor are convicted on all charges, both could spend more than 28 years behind bars, along with more than $100,000 in penalties. Officials say a preliminary hearing is scheduled for July 6 in Worcester County District Court.
New this morning, Delaware lawmakers and financial technology leaders are launching a new effort. It's focused on blockchain, artificial intelligence, and digital assets. The state's Blockchain and Digital Innovation Task Force will hold its first virtual meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m. And the General Assembly created the group to study ways to attract digital asset businesses while also developing consumer protections and clearer regulations.
Worcester County is hosting a town hall on a proposed cable project. Global Links wants to build a cable landing station near the West Ocean City Airport. That's a facility where underwater cables, which travel across oceans, come on shore. Critics refer to the proposed facility as a data center, while the developer says that is not the case. The meeting is tonight at 6 o'clock at Stephen Decatur High School.
And developing news in Delaware, the General Assembly is working on the issue over the development of large data centers. Senate Bill 312 was introduced this week. It prohibits state agencies, counties, and municipalities from entering into non-disclosure agreements that restrict the public from accessing information about large-scale data center development in the state. It was earlier in the year that Harrington officials said the city was exploring the possibility of allowing the construction of a data center there. This bill is now up for debate in the Elections and Government Affairs Committee. This brings us to our CoastTV poll, and we want to know, how do you feel about data centers?
Let's take a look at our updated results so far, as we do have some changes. 60% of voters saying it's good for technology, while 40% say they feel that data centers are harmful on the environment. And we do have a comment coming in from Tracy in Lewis, who says, quote, data centers are great for revenue and employment, not threatening to the environment because the data centers have to follow EPA regulations. And we want to hear your thoughts. If you'd like to vote and leave us a comment, as Tracy did, you can do so on our website at coasttv.com/vote. You can also do so on our website or scan the QR code on your screen now. And moving along, area development-wise, Selbyville leaders are giving people a chance to have a say in shaping its future. A Downtown Development District Community Survey is now open. The town is asking people to identify the highest priority for improvement, which will contribute to its state application. Organizers say surveys must be completed by May 27th.
Okay, Grace, I think I know what you're doing tonight. You are going to be in front of your TV awaiting the release of the 2026 NFL schedule.
Of course, I couldn't think of a better way to spend my time.
No, got a couple of the games already have been announced, including the Eagles visiting the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day, and we also know that the Birds will play the Jaguars on October 11th in London. So again, the full schedule is expected to release about 8 p.m. tonight. And this just in, diplomatic discussions begin today in Beijing between President Trump and President Xi Jinping.
NBC's Alice Barr now showing us how those two sides are working to stabilize relations between the world's two biggest economies.
President Trump greeted with fanfare in China, inspecting a military honor guard, visiting key cultural sites, and calling President Xi Jinping a friend.
You're a great leader. Sometimes people don't like me saying it, but I say it anyway because it's true.
An acknowledgement there of the challenges under the surface, including China's restrictions on freedom and U.S. accusations they're trying to steal American AI tech. Trade tensions are top of mind. President Trump pushing China to open up to American businesses, with leading CEOs along for the trip.
I look forward to trade and doing business.
Chinese state media reporting Xi welcomed deeper business ties in 2-hour talks, and that the two sides touched on the war with Iran. China is Tehran's most powerful ally and biggest buyer of Iranian oil.
It's in their interest to resolve this. We hope to convince them to play a more active role in getting Iran to walk away from what they're doing now and trying to do now in the Persian Gulf.
China's top priority is Taiwan, the democratic self-governing island the Chinese Communist government claims as its own. A government spokesperson saying President Xi told President Trump that mishandling the issue could lead to conflict between the U.S. and China. To deter Chinese aggression, the U.S. has long sold arms to Taiwan, an issue the president said he would discuss with Xi, raising alarm among Democrats.
It reflects a possible sellout of Taiwan.
China's leader pushing the two superpowers to be partners, not rivals, as President Trump navigates a complex relationship. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Back here at home in educational news, Delaware will honor school behavioral health professionals. State leaders will hold a statewide celebration on May 18th, where the 2026 Behavioral Health Professional of the Year will be named. Leaders say the award will recognize school counselors, school social workers, licensed clinical social workers, school psychologists, as well as school nurses.
The Maryland State Highway Administration testing new fencing systems. It's on the eastern shore, and this is to help keep the northern diamondback terrapin from being hit by cars during nesting season. So we're going to show you a look at some of this fencing. This is in the Deal Island, Dover Bridge area. The northern diamondback terrapin is Maryland's state reptile, and it's considered a species of greatest conservation need, with officials saying road deaths are a big threat.
Hopefully it works out for those turtles there. We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
And coming up, $1 million Maryland resiliency efforts. The project focused on creating long-term solutions to climate change.
Also, drought concerns on the coast, how farmers are coping with the lack of rain and its impacts on their produce.
But first, Lewis's link to history. We have the city's colonial experience and how Sussex County's support for England in 1776. It nearly changed the course of American independence. Coast TV News Today continues after the break. While the city of Lewis bills itself as the first town in the first state, it might have been one of the last to embrace American independence. In this week's Coastal Connection, we look at how loyalty to Britain almost led to a different outcome in Philadelphia's Independence Hall during the summer of 1776. A trip to Lewis's Sussex Tavern in the historic campus is a trip back in time. Here, you're likely to find its manager, Bill Hicks, who, after 30 years as a teacher, traded the classroom for this colonial-era establishment in full 18th century apparel.
We try to be as authentic as possible within reason.
From setting up on the inside to the exterior, Hicks is attempting to replicate the look and feel of the original inn on 2nd Street.
Now, that building was torn down in 1831, but this building on our property best lent itself to be that recreation.
It is a great backdrop for this former teacher to give us a lesson about Delaware's early years as part of the British Empire.
Delaware has a very strange, convoluted history. William Penn takes over 1681. He gets his charter for the colony of Pennsylvania. Delaware was known as the lower 3 counties on Delaware. And so that's when we really got our start as a colony.
Penn also had a say in some of the names for the southernmost county.
And he says, we'll name the town Lewis after the town in England where my mother-in-law comes from. And we'll name the county Sussex after the county in England where my mother-in-law, he must have voted his mother-in-law big time, but in any event, the folks here got a much more palatable name, and we've been Lewis, 2 syllables ever since.
While this part of Delaware was one of the furthest areas from hence Philadelphia, it had some of the closest ties to England.
I always say Sussex County's been on the wrong side of history because back then in the 1770s, Sussex County was a hotbed of Tories and Loyalists.
And those Loyalists may have produced a different outcome in 1776 if it were not for a peculiar situation.
A petition is circulated throughout the county, here in Sussex County. 5,000 Tories signed that petition. 500 Patriots signed their own petition. They're all being sent up to the Capitol to help determine what course Delaware takes. Well, somewhere along the way, that Loyalist petition disappeared.
With that, the unanimous vote for independence by all 13 colonies is secured, and a lesson worth hearing during our visit to the Sussex Tavern. For Coast TV, I'm Matt Pensick. Time is 6:19, and you are looking live at a wet road and some cloudy skies there in Salisbury.
Yeah.
Chris, this looks like a typical scene for most of Delmarva so far.
Yeah, we're seeing some light showers and drizzle work across the area. We had the rain move in late last night. We had some moderate to heavy pockets at times across the area, and we squeezed out about 1/10 to 30/10 of an inch for most of the peninsula. We could see those light showers beginning to push offshore, and a few light showers and some spotty drizzle pushing into Crisfield, and all this is moving to the northeast, but we are drying out back across the west as high pressure continues sliding to the east. This cold front will continue sinking through the area through the morning. So we have the wet camera lens there in Laurel. Overcast skies, 56 degrees, 57 right now, Lewis, 55, Millsboro to 57 in Ocean City. And you can see winds pretty calm this morning, but wind flow is going to be out of the north-northwest through the afternoon with some gusts near 25, 30, but a cooler day should be around 74 for this time of year, so we'll be in the upper 60s, and then we'll push back into the lower 70s for our Friday. So there's the partly cloudy skies through the afternoon once we get rid of the showers, at least through the early part of the morning. Not a complete washout of a day. Mid to upper 60s through the afternoon. It'll be partly to mostly cloudy through the overnight hours into our Friday. Winds, as I mentioned, will pick up 20 to 30-mile-an-hour gusts out of the northwest through the afternoon, and then we'll maintain that northwest flow through the day on Friday. 67 for a high in Cambridge and Georgetown, 65 Ocean City, 66 in Dover. We fall to 50 in Dover, 48 in Georgetown, 49 Ocean Pines, 51 in Wallops Island. So we have a few clouds to start our Friday, partly cloudy skies through the afternoon. A pretty nice day with that system we were watching. That cutoff low is going to stay farther off to the northeast, so we should stay pretty dry for most of the day. And then by the start of the weekend, lower 80s. How's that sound? Mostly sunny skies and an absolutely perfect weather for the All-Star Race weekend in Dover, heading on out to Dover Motor Speedway. Pack the water and the sunscreen for the weekend. 88 by Sunday, and that kicks off a pretty hot stretch of weather with a big ridge of high pressure building in the east. This high offshore will have that return southwest flow, bringing in heat and a little humidity as we go into early next week as well. Temperatures are going to be pushing into the lower 90s through the start of next week. So we're at 71 into Friday, partly cloudy skies, a beautiful taste of summer over the weekend, and then it's a taste of July as we go into early next week with temperatures in the lower 90s, and then we'll see a chance of storms as we go late into Wednesday through Thursday with the passage of a cold front. So we've been in the severe drought, so the recent bouts of rain have been brought welcome relief to Delmarva, but we're still in that severe drought, and that has really wreaked havoc for local farmers across the area.
Yeah, Chris, Delmarva remains in the midst of that drought, as you said, and it's impacting those farmers, Sussex County, other counties on the midshore, and according to experts, early April. That was the last time we saw over a half of inch of rain. Now, Cody Bratton with Bratton Farms Produce in Maryland says that they are fortunate enough to work around these dry conditions.
Well, about 90% of everything we grow is grown on plastic that has a drip irrigation underneath of it. It's going to cost us a little bit more, but we'll have a better crop.
And with only light rain chances persisting for the near future, the severe drought conditions are expected to continue.
In your consumer news now, Amazon unveiling a for shopping Wednesday. It's a personalized AI shopping assistant that's powered by Alexa. Amazon says the new bot uses your shopping history and other data to be, quote, the world's most best personalized AI assistant for shopping. Now, you don't need a Prime membership or Echo device to use Alexa for shopping. Now, moving on to some news that I have my good friend Matt Pensick excited. Check this out.
Look at this.
Miller Beer has soccer fans covered for the World Cup. Check out this brew holding soccer ball you can get for just $20 in this economy. My goodness. It's 1.5 times larger than a regulation ball. That's in order to hold a full 12-pack of beer. Now, it's a novelty item. It's just a big conversation, more than an actually truly functional piece.
Birthday present.
You hush. The Miller Time MVP match ball goes on sale next Wednesday. Matt, you just ruined it now. There's going to be no surprise.
Right.
My goodness.
Right.
We'll keep that. Coming up next, $1 million Maryland resiliency efforts, the projects in Maryland to help reduce flooding and more. We'll be right back on Coast TV News Today. The Maryland environment leaders announcing a new multi-million-dollar effort aimed at helping Eastern Shore communities prepare for the impacts of climate change. Officials say the Roots for Resilience initiative will fund projects including tree planting, wetland restoration, forest management, and living shorelines. The work is aimed at reducing flooding, protecting natural habitats, and improving long-term resiliency across the region.
We've got requests for proposals out, and we're identifying landowners that are looking for support and looking for help. What the department does more broadly is we work with local governments in the Lower Eastern Shore and the counties.
State leaders say community outreach will help determine which projects move forward. They say the initiative's federal funding timelines requires projects to be completed by August of 2029.
Young people in Delaware, you have just a few more weeks to register for the 2026 Youth Fishing Tournament, and this year marks the 40th anniversary of the competition. Agency says the last day to pre-register is next week, May 29th. Actually, it's 2 weeks from now. The tournament takes place from June 6th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and the free event will run at one pond in each county, including Blockhouse Pond in Lewis. DENREC says contestants must bring their own equipment, and they do encourage catching and releasing.
It's a dreary start to our Thursday as we take a live look into Ocean View. Seeing a few showers still work across the area. Right now we're at 56, so the showers will be with us at least through the early part of the morning, and then the rain will be coming to an end. A cool day along the coast with a northwest wind gusting to 30 miles an hour. We'll see the morning showers through Lewis and Rehoboth, partly cloudy skies through our afternoon as we get into the mid-60s. 64 by around 4 o'clock in Cambridge with that damp start, as well as in Crisfield, but overall a cooler, drier afternoon. Congratulations to Carl Robert, Millsboro, Delaware, on winning an umbrella from Coast TV. We'll talk about 90-degree temperatures in that 7-day forecast coming up in the next half hour.
Thank you, Chris. Looking forward to hearing about that. Now, coming up after the break, turning turtles away from roads. Why Maryland officials say road deaths are a big impact on the reptile.
Also supporting local law enforcement, where the Back to Blue Caravan is headed in Sussex County today.
And data center debate, how people in Worcester County can learn about a possible project in their area. Coast TV News Today continues after the break.
Now on Coast TV News.
Data center dispute. We are looking at the controversy in Worcester County and what is expected at a town hall taking place tonight.
Plus, Back the Blue. The caravan promoting law enforcement continues today in Sussex County.
Also, Terrapin Protection Project, how the state of Maryland hopes to prevent them from being hit by cars during nesting season.
A damp start to our Thursday, tracking a few lingering showers this morning, a cool breezy day ahead, and then a big warm-up through the weekend.
This is Coast TV News Today.
May 14th, 2026. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. How you doing, Grace?
I'm great, Matt. I'm having a great morning with you.
You
Chris
are.
in here. It's a lovely day. And you know why?
Because I'm here. Because the Cavs won last night?
Matt, no, not everything is about you. No, because it's a Thursday, but you are having a fantastic day because you're Cavs. And we can talk about America's favorite team.
Get this, Grace.
Okay,
so lots of sports fans paying extra attention to Chris today because we know there's folks from here making their way up to Newtown Square, Pennsylvania for the first round
of the woods.
Your neck of the woods.
My neck of the woods.
Yeah, for the first round of the PGA Championship, big golf tournament.
That is so exciting.
NASCAR weekend starts tomorrow at Dover.
Wow, you are gearing up for a lot. I know you're excited.
Here's the one for you.
Okay.
Preakness, Baltimore, the party. Ain't no party like a Preakness party.
You know what? Actually, I love Baltimore. I think it's got a lot of character to it. So maybe I'll get into that. I don't know about the NASCAR
just
stuff
hang out
and
in
like
the
the Dover, whatever.
Hey, you can watch the ponies with your power pony. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, okay. That was actually really good, Matt. You're not going to top that one, so let's just go to Chris right now because that was pretty good. Christopher, we're in for a rainy morning.
Yeah, it's pretty damp out there. We had rain overnight, and we still have a few light showers working their way across the peninsula, really from a southwest to northeast fashion. Not all that heavy, but we're going to be greeted by wet roads this morning, so take it easy out there as this light shower activity will continue to push through the area, at least for the next few hours, as this cold front ever so slowly pushes across the peninsula, and then some drier air will be filtering in back towards the west. 56 right now in Laurel, 55-degree dew point, and we're holding at 57 in Lewis and 57 in Ocean City. Winds are calm for now, but we'll be picking up out of the northwest behind this cold front. We will stay dry through the afternoon, so we have the showers at least through the early part of our morning. Below average, we should be around 74 for this time of year. Highs today, mid to upper 60s across the area with breaks in the clouds through the afternoon. We'll talk about even hotter temperatures as we go through the weekend coming up in the full 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Chris. Looking forward to hearing about that. Now, our top story this half hour. Tonight, Worcester County hosting a town hall on a proposed cable project. Global Links wants to build a cable landing station near the West Ocean City Airport. That's a facility where underwater cables, which travel across oceans, come on shore. Critics refer to the proposed facility as a data center, while the developer says that's not the case. That meeting set for 6 o'clock tonight at the Stephen Decatur High School.
And there's also worry over data centers in Delaware. The General Assembly is actually working on the issue over their development. Senate Bill 312 was introduced this week, and this prohibits state agencies, counties, and municipalities from entering into non-disclosure agreements. These would restrict the public from accessing information about large-scale data development in the state. It was earlier this year that Harrington officials said they were exploring the possibility of allowing the construction of a data center. This bill in the Senate is now up for debate in the Elections and Government Affairs Committee.
Today, the 8th annual Back the Blue Caravan will continue to honor officers in Sussex County. Now, this is what the event looked like this time last year. Today, the caravan will stop at police departments near Route 13 in western Sussex County. Organizers say the caravan will visit Delmar, Laurel, Seaford, Bridgeville, Blades, Delaware State Police Troop 5, and Greenwood. The caravan will begin at 10 a.m. this morning. And it doesn't cost you any money to join the caravan, but there is a requirement, and it's that you decorate your car to support the men and women in blue. And the best looking car will even win a prize.
And next, Salisbury will host a road dedication this week honoring the legacy of a local police officer. The city says the Henry T. Stevens Road dedication, along with National Police Week ceremony that's taking place tomorrow at 11 a.m. Officer Stevens was shot and killed while on duty back in 1958, and this event will rename the 100 block of West Church Street to honor his life.
This just in, diplomatic discussions beginning today in Beijing between President Trump and President Xi Jinping. Those two sides are working to stabilize relations between the world's two biggest economies. The two sides touched on the war with Iran. China is Tehran's most powerful ally and biggest buyer of Iranian oil.
It's in their interest to resolve this. We hope to convince them to play a more active role in getting Iran to walk away from what they're doing now and trying to do now in the Persian Gulf.
China's leader is pushing the two superpowers to be partners, not rivals, as President Trump navigates a complex relationship.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore is on the Midshore today. According to his schedule, he has several stops planned for Talbot County, including a tour of the construction progress at the new University of Maryland Shore Regional Medical Center in Easton, and he's scheduled to speak at the 6th annual First Responder Celebration near the Talbot County Courthouse.
The Maryland State Highway Administration testing new fencing systems on the eastern shore to help keep the northern diamondback terrapins from being hit by cars during their nesting season. On your screen now is a look at some of that fencing at Deal Island and Dover Bridge. The northern diamondback terrapin, Maryland's state reptile, is considered a species of greatest conservation needs, with officials saying that road deaths are a big threat.
Selbyville giving people a chance to have a say in shaping the town's future. Downtown Development District Community Survey, it's now open, and the town is asking people to identify the highest priority for improvement, which will contribute to its state application. Organizers say the survey's completion, it's due by May 27th.
New overnight, the U.S. Coast Guard says all 11 people on board a small plane that crashed in the ocean off the coast of Florida survived and were rescued.
And Reed Binion shows us more on what it took to save everyone on board that plane.
It's just another day of work, another day of training, but this time instead of training, it was real world.
A U.S. Air Force captain recounting the moments of a rescue at sea after a small private plane carrying 11 people crash-landed in the Atlantic east of Florida.
And you could tell just by looking at them that they were in distress physically, mentally, emotionally.
According to the FAA, the Beechcraft BE-30 Super King Air 300 took off from Marsh Harbor in the Bahamas, bound for Grand Bahama International Airport. Rescue teams said when the plane went down, the emergency locator beacon sent out a warning. The U.S. Coast Guard and Air Force sent teams in, including an HC-130 rescue aircraft, which was on a training mission nearby.
We got notification from Tower that there was a possible downed aircraft. We set up a search pattern, and within minutes we located the raft.
The survivors had been in that life raft for 5 hours.
As a fixed-wing pilot, we trained to that, but I've not known anyone to survive ditching in the ocean.
Rescuers dropped 2 more rafts and more survival equipment. Pararescue teams jumped in the water to help the survivors. The Coast Guard said all 11 people who had been on the crashed plane were successfully rescued. They were flown to Melbourne, Florida, and checked into the hospital.
For all those people to survive is pretty miraculous, and then get in the raft all together.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
We have a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, focus on fitness, details on the new project at one park in Salisbury.
And Hen Open Conference matchup where it was early scoring and often scoring. You can get that one out. In girls lacrosse, stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
Wet roads and gloomy skies greeting us this Thursday morning on Delmarva. Live look into Salisbury, 55 degrees. So we have mild temperatures, but we do have a few more scattered showers and light rain pushing over the area this morning, at least for the next few hours as this cold front continues to really push through the area. And we are going to see drier air filter in late this morning through the afternoon, but we're not going to be as warm as where we were yesterday. 56 right now, Princess Anne, 57 Cambridge. We are holding at 56 in Lewis at this hour. So we'll continue to see the showers, at least through about 9 o'clock this morning, and then we'll dry things out through the afternoon. Temperatures right around 67 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Winds are going to pick up out of the northwest with gusts to near 30 miles an hour. You can always call our Coast TV First Alert weather phone, sponsored by Broxton and Dallas Federico. Your full 7-day forecast just minutes away.
Thank you, Chris. Now, outdoor recreation is getting a boost in Salisbury. The city says a trail and fitness project is in development at the Lake Street Park. According to officials, federal funds will be used to build a walking trail that will loop around the park. There will be 8 outdoor workout stations with benches installed along the trail, as construction on the project is expected to be completed by the end of the month.
Things to know: Humane Animal Partners is hosting a $20 vaccine clinic for pets this Saturday in Georgetown. The clinic runs from 11 to 2 at the Lorette Health Center on Carmine Way. Pre-registration is required, and that closes tomorrow at 11 a.m. The $20 fee covers vaccines for dogs and cats, including rabies, plus general dewormer, microchipping, and flea and tick prevention. They're also available for an extra fee. Spanish-speaking staff will be on site, and HAP says pet owners should keep dogs on a non-retractable leash and cats in their carriers.
In Lewis, the Lewis Fire Department held engine company training exercises Monday evening. Firefighters say new members practiced hose operations and handling skills. Drivers reviewed pump operations as well, while interior qualified members and the soon-to-be qualified members practiced hose deployment. The department says this was a great way to work on their skills to better serve our community.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. It's a girls lacrosse battle in the first state between Caesar Rodney and Dover. Up in Camden, Delaware, the Caesar Rodney Riders hosted the Dover Senators for their last home girls lacrosse game of the season. Emily Daddio weaves past her defenders and finds Twine. Riders lead 2-0. Then Isabella Damandi coming from behind the goal and gets it. 3-0 Riders lead. Talia Brown gets the pass and immediately doing her thing, finding Twine. Riders up 4-0. Following, Delaney Miklas gets the pass and hits a little bit of a fancy behind the back shot. Riders up ahead 6-0. For the Senators, off the free position shot, Luna Gonzalez has a chance to score, and she does just that. Dover trails 11-1. Then Liel Torres gets around the defense and able to find the net for Dover. They trail 11-2. Ella Brown gets the pass and able to do more damage for Caesar Rodney. They lead 13-2. Brooke Roberts waits for the perfect time and in the perfect place
gets the goal for the Riders. They lead 15-2. Emily Daddio able to get the pass and make the shot for the Riders. This game was all Caesar Rodney. Riders win 17-2. That over sports. Have a great day, everybody.
And coming up tonight on DSN at 7, we have live Carolina League Baseball when the Shorebirds continue their series against the Fayetteville Woodpeckers. Then you can catch the final score at 10:30. And over on DSN Plus, 4:15, we have some high school baseball. Milford taking on Caesar Rodney, and then there's softball with Smyrna and Appoquinimink.
Entertainment news now. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
Bridgerton is picking up the pace. Netflix, which released previous seasons of the romance series 2 years apart, says Season 5 will debut next year, following this year's Season 4, which focused on the relationship between Benedict and Sophie.
What?
The Universal Century expands with Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe. The latest chapter in the Japanese animated series arrives in U.S. theaters Friday.
Who's dumb enough to flex about having Bitcoin?
What are you gonna do, steal them?
You want to go to Stanford, right?
Yeah.
So why leave it to chance?
4 friends target a crypto billionaire by phishing his daughter, then discover their stunt has consequences in Life Hack. The heist thriller from the producer of Unfriended, Searching, and Missing lands in theaters Friday. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
If you're having a rough week, cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features this week featuring Matt Pensick's own trials and tribulations when it comes to the All-Star race in Dover this weekend. Fun things to do each weekend and more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com. Get a weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox. If you do so now, you can get it before it goes out at 6 a.m. on Friday and read what Matt Pensick has to say. I know we all care very, very much about that. Plus, here's what you can look forward to on Coast Life this afternoon at 4 o'clock.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, meet a historian and storyteller reflecting on 250 years of America. Plus, preview a free outdoor jazz festival featuring student bands and a top university ensemble. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Well, we need that extra large coffee this morning. Yeah. We have light showers pushing through the area, at least through the morning, and we'll dry out through the afternoon. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. We'll talk about 90-degree temperatures returning right after the break.
6:49 a.m. as we're getting a live look outside. Chris, bit of a drizzly Thursday morning, but you're saying that we're going to make up for it in a nice weekend?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to be everybody's friend this weekend.
You will. No more enemies.
Yeah. Sunshine, and yeah, it's going to start feeling like summer by the weekend, but a damp start across the area. We have light scattered showers and some steadier rain pushing into Crisfield. And this is all moving really from a southwest to northeast fashion across the area. We have a cold front that's pushing through the area, and drier air will be filtering in late this morning through the afternoon. And eventually high pressure back off across the plains is going to be pushing into our area as we go into the day tomorrow. 55 right now in Salisbury under those overcast skies. You see the wet roads there. 55 in Millsboro. We're holding at 57 Bethany Beach and 57 in Lewis. Winds right now pretty calm across the area. They will be picking up out of the northwest through the afternoon. So a breezy, cooler day under partly cloudy skies. More sun tomorrow, especially by the afternoon, with temperatures back to around 70 degrees. So the showers will come to an end over the next few hours. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, some breaks in those clouds through the afternoon, and then will remain partly to mostly cloudy through the evening and overnight hours, and that sets the stage for a pretty nice Friday across the area. There's the wind gust, 25 Lewis through the afternoon, some gusts near 30 through the latter part of the afternoon into the evening hours, and then that northwest flow will continue into the day tomorrow. 67 for a high in Georgetown, Salisbury, 65 Ocean City to 66 Bethany Beach. We fall to 49 in Bethany overnight. 48 in Milford to 48 in Cambridge. So a few clouds to start our Friday, but a mostly sunny afternoon. A really nice day with temperatures getting back to around 70 and then lower 80s by Saturday. A beautiful start to the weekend. So if you have plans heading to Dover Motor Speedway, Mother Nature is cooperating. 70 on Friday, and then we warm up big time by Sunday, 88 degrees. And then we'll have a little touch of humidity, and it's going to feel like July by early next week as high pressure centered off offshore, southwest winds, and we're going to stay pretty dry through this stretch as well. That's not going to bode well for the severe drought across the area. We picked up about 10th to 30/10 of an inch with the rain that we're currently seeing across the area, but we settle into a hot stretch of weather, 90 by Monday, 93 into Tuesday, and then we'll see a chance of thunderstorms late Wednesday into Thursday as a cold front pushes through the area. Grace.
Chris, now we have incredibly exciting news to share this morning. Celebrations are in order for Telemundo, Delmarva, and CoastTV News. The National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences announced nominations for the 68th Annual Capital Emmy Awards. And reporter Ana Sofia Roman, editor Ted Querio, and photographer Tyler Ridson, who, mind you, any shot you see in the morning with Elisa is by our good friend Tyler in the mornings. It was picked up in a nomination in the Serious News feature category for their 3-part series, Faith Under Ice. If you want to read more or if you want to go watch the piece, we have that article that is up right now on our website at coasttvnews.com. Congrats to those 3 incredibly hard workers. We love them very much. The time is now 6:53 a.m. Oh my goodness. Matt Pensick checking in with our coastal bet of the day.
Yeah, on your screen right now is Henry. Henry just wanted to stop by, say hi, wish everyone a happy day. And Henry, we're wishing you one right back at you, my friend. Henry was submitted to us by Allison in Oak Orchard.
We needed Henry on a little gloomy morning like this right here. Matt, you talk a lot about one of your favorite Instagram accounts is Orange and Jobless.
Oh, I love that one.
With cats. If you're interested, go check it out. And this is what it reminds me of. I'm sure Henry's got a very hard job. Wishing everyone
maybe more
happy
active
day.
than the ones that are on Orange and Jobless.
Oh my goodness. We want to see more of your pets across Delmarva. Maybe you got an orange cat that makes you laugh. You want to send it in to us. Send us a photo if you take a look at your screen now.
You can scan that QR code top center, get your friends to us, and then watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature. And we have one final check with First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. Chris, looks like we might have to dodge some raindrops today.
Yeah, at least through the morning hours over the next few hours, we have some light rain that continues to push over the areas the cold front swings through. Drier air will be filtering in late this morning through the afternoon. 67, so a little cooler than where we should be for this time of year, but we welcome back mostly sunny skies into Friday, 71, and then a really nice warm up through the weekend. 82 Saturday, 88 by Sunday, and then look at the 90s early next week, and then we'll see a front produce some unsettled weather by the middle to the end of next week.
You see that? Beach day, beach day, beach day. All next week. Clear your calendars.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for joining us for Coast TV News today.
Today's show coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11.
And for even more news, Grace, and coverage you can count on, get your phone there, download your Coast TV News and Weather app, and you have a great Thursday morning, everybody.